Hello, my name is Glenn Keller, and I'm going to try to attempt to explain how to use the number line to represent percent and their increases and decreases. First, I'm going to try to explain why this whole concept can be difficult. As you see here in the chart, there are a number of things that can come into play. We can have the reduced number value given. We can have the increased number value given. We can have an increased percent value given, decreased percent value given. We can have the decrease of the percent given, the decrease of the number given, the increase of the percent given, or the increase of the number given. We also have the of, or the original number, and we have percent. So with all these factors, it does make it quite confusing for the student who is trying to figure out how to apply each number, whether to divide, whether to multiply. This is just an attempt to put it on a nice little picture, and hopefully you can be successful. We'll look at our first question. Grady is 13 years old and 155 centimeters tall. His height at this age is about 90% of his final height. Now you'll see in most of these questions, you have the key word of his final height. So when it says of, it's typically where the 100% is. So we don't know that. We don't know that final height. That's what we got to try to find. We do know though that 155 is 90% of his final height. So what we have here, we have 90%. And we're trying to get to 100. One strategy is to divide or find out how much 1% is. How much is 1%? So to find out how much 1% is, we can go 155 divided into 90 pieces. Taking the calculator out. One 55 divided by 90. And we get 1.7222222 and so on. Well, that's 1%. So 1.72 repeating. That's 1%. What's 100%? So we times that by 100. Gives 172.22. So 177.22 is about 172 centimeters. 172 centimeters will be his approximate height. So again, we use this chart hoping to try to solve these questions, filling in boxes where we can. We have two here. A, 70% of a number is 63. So filling in our chart, percents are at the bottom, so 70% of a number is 63. Of a number, we're not given that. So that's the question there again. What's tied in with of? So what we'll do is we'll divide 63 divided by 70. And that will give us, if we take our calculator out, 63 divided by 70, 0.9. So that's what is equal to 1%. So to find 100%, we times it by 100. And that will give us 90. So the number 90 is our 100% number. Let's use the same chart for our next question. 175% of a number is 105. Again, we're not given the number. Okay, so that's our problem. 175% there, and as 105 is our number. And is 105 divided by 175 will give us what 1% is of our number. So we got 105 divided by 1 equals. So 1% is 0.6. So we would multiply that by 100. And that would give us 60. So 105 is 175% of 60. Next question. We have the length of 30 centimeter is increased by 40%. What is the new length? Again, we look at our number of 30. Okay, so the length of 30 centimeters, so 30 belongs here, is increased by 40%. So that's 140%. We can, again, find out what 1% is. So 100 into 30. Gives us 0.3. That's 1%. So we need to find 140%. We can times 0.3 times 140. So 0.3 times 140 equals 42. What is the new length? New length is 42 centimeters. We have the mass of 50 grams is decreased by 17%. What is the new mass? So again, we have the L50. So that's right here. We know that number is decreased by 17%. So 17% comes right here. So we take decrease by 17%. So that leaves us with 83% here. So again, there was a clue here of minus 17%. So we have to come up with that particular number there, 83. We can use the same concept by dividing 100 into 50. So 50 divided by 100. Calculator, 50 divided by 100 gives us 0.5. So that's 1%. So 83% would be 0.5 times 83. 41.5. I'll explore another way to solve this question, B specifically. If you look at mass of 50 is decreased by 17%, we can multiply 50 times decimal 17. 17% is equal to decimal 17. If I take my calculator out, 50 times decimal 17 is 8.5. So 8.5 is 17%. So when we take 50 minus 8.5, we will get 41.5, which is the correct answer. That's 50 here. Another way to solve it, same question. Let me solve this. $50 is our 100% number. We take away 17%, so that leaves us with 83. We can multiply 0.83, because that's what's left, times 50. Gives us 41.5. So as you see, there are a number of different ways to solve the question. Trying to visualize what the clues you're given in the question and apply them to the chart or your numbers. Let's try a new question. Merrill sold 8% of the tickets to the play. Merrill sold 56 tickets. How many tickets were sold in all? Well, if she sold 8%, and that's 56. How many were sold in all? Well, we can, with the clues that were given here, we can find what 1% is again. 56 divided by 8 equals to 7. Okay, so that's 7 is equal to 1%. And we want to find out how many tickets were sold. So we times 7 times 100, because that's 100% is what we're trying to find. It will give us 700. Okay, next question. Now you see this question needs to be approached a little bit differently. First of all, there is no of. Our of represents our original number. So our original number here is 9,850. Our reduced number is 8,274. We're going to try to find, for this question, we're going to try to find how much it is decreased. So again, with our calculator or doing it on paper, we have 9,850 subtracted 8,274. 8,274 equals 1,576. 1,576. 1,576. So there's our decrease. So those are all the clues that we can come up with here. How can we use these clues to solve our question? I'll try to show you a number of different ways. If you remember, we had tried to find out what 1% is equal to. Let's try to find out what 1% one number is equal to. So instead of going 100 into 9,850, let's go the other way. We'll go 9,850 into 100. We have 100 divided by 9,850. Should get a big decimal place. This number here is the percentage of what one number is equal to. So if we have 1,576 numbers, just multiply it by 1,576, that gives us 16%. That's one method. Another method is we take our 1,576, divide it by 9,850, we get 0.16 or 16%. Again, that works because this number here is the percentage of our final number there. Yet another way is to do cross multiplying. So 8,274 over 9,850 is what equivalent fraction to 100, because again, it percents out of 100. How we solve these questions is we multiply the top of this fraction by the bottom of that one, and we'll get 8,274 and 2 zeros, yep. And then we divide by 9,850. So let's move that, try this out, see if this works. 8,274, there we go. So that's 827,400 divided by 9,850. This won't give us our final answer, but we see we're at 84%. Well, 84 is 16% less than 100. So those are three ways that we can use to try to solve this. That's this workshop. Thanks very much for listening.